Spring is in the air, so let's get our party on. Time for some party recipes. Let's go. Welcome back to Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. I'm Kyle Willoughby. I'm a Kiwi Dad. This is my kitchen. And on this week's episode, well, as I said at the kickoff, we're coming into the warmer time of year when people are coming around, you're having fun, you want to have something to put on the table for a bit of a snack, so we're going to get some party food going on. Now, this is one that I've recently discovered. These are cheesy garlic potato bites. Cheesy garlic potato bites. Sounds absolutely delicious, super simple to make, and with very few ingredients as well. So let's get amongst it. And that's pretty much it. Cheesy, garlicky, potato bites. That's really about all there is to it. So we've got your potatoes, I've got the Parmesan Reggiano, I've got some butter and some parsley to make up the garlic sauce later on. And in this little bowl here, we've got just a mixture of garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. And that's really all there is to it. So not surprisingly, the prep's fairly easy. We cube up and peel the potatoes, pop them in a pot, and then we're going to get these on the stove top and boil them up for about 15-20 minutes or so till they're fork tender. So onto the stove top, onto a high heat, and we're just going to salt that water as well. Now, while we're doing this, I've also got the oven preheating to 220 in the background, so we're just going to pop the lid on that and leave that to boil away for about 20 minutes or so. And after about 20 minutes or so, you can see these have gone all nice and tender. So that is exactly where we want it to go. A little pro tip, the smaller you cut them, the quicker they cook. So those are just falling apart, which is exactly where we want them to be. So we're going to drain them off and move on to the next step where we prepare our cheesy bites. So I've got our lovely steamy potatoes here doing their wonderful potato thing. So the first thing we're going to do is just mash these down a bit. Now, if you've got a potato ricer, this would probably make this part of the process a little bit easier, but just mash them down, give them a good squish, and then we are going to throw in our spice mixture. So this again is just a teaspoon each of garlic and onion powder and paprika, and we're going to throw in our cheese as well. So I've just grated up some of that Parmesan Reggiano. And we're also going to throw in a little bit of cornflour as well. There's about 4 tablespoons-ish in there. And we're just going to mix that all in so that we end up with this wonderfully flavored potato dough. So just going to give that a good old shaky. And that is already smelling sensational. So just get it all combined until you get that lovely sort of dough effect going on. So you're ultimately going for a sort of a dough-like consistency like this here. So it's almost like Play-Doh, but I mean, you can see there that it's still got that wonderful texture as well. If you give it a wee taste test as well, that's really quite nice. So we're just going to pop this to the side here. And on our baking tray, we're going to get little dough balls out. So I'm going to try about half a tablespoon size. So we just dole them out, pop them onto our baking tray here. You want to try and get them as consistent as possible and as ball-shaped as possible. And then we're just going to give them a quick squirt with some cooking spray. And that's going to go into the oven for, now if you are of the air fryer persuasion, you can do these in your air fryer for about 15 to 20 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. I'm doing these in a conventional oven. I've got it at 220. Expecting these to go for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm just going to give them a stir up occasionally as well, just to kind of get them browning on all sides. And while the potatoes are in the oven doing their thing, we're just going to get the garlic butter prepared as well. So this, again, super simple. We've got 100 grams of butter in our pot here with about a teaspoon or so of the garlic powder. and just a reasonable dollop of shredded parsley that I've put together. And it's literally just melt this on the stove top, bring it all together, and that's going to form the sauce for the top of our potato bites when they're cooked. And after an appropriate amount of time, bam, look at that. So you can see these are all nice and crispy, crunchy, pillowy goodness. I'm just going to throw on a garlic butter as well, just for additional flavor, and because garlic. And that is it, all ready to go. And the cool thing with these is you can also play with the flavorings in there, so you don't necessarily have to use the garlic and onion and paprika. You can throw in some herbs or whatnot. And parmesan is entirely optional extra. Likewise, you can top this with, say, a garlic-infused olive oil to go for a more vegan or for the dairy-free amongst us. So again, it's absolutely, oh my God. Crispy, but soft and delicate, and dangerously edible. So there we have it. Another Kiwi Dad's Kitchen recipe for you to try. Recipe will be downstairs as always. And again, as always, please do like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I do really appreciate the support. I've picked up some people from overseas recently as well. So hello to everybody out there that's watching from outside of New Zealand. I really appreciate you guys all being here. Yep, get amongst it. So until next time, remember, sum is a perfectly acceptable ingredient when you're cooking, and well, you can never have too much garlic or parmesan apparently. Well, particularly not in my world. Thanks a lot, folks. We'll see you next time.